Okay, and we're back. And yes, that wasn't two comments I'd say about the Wi-Fi. It wasn't too bad, but two comments. One is, um, in this day and age, you normally like how on your tablet or you could just say share this Wi-Fi details, and then you have a QR code and something scans it. Well, this and then you don't have to enter the password manually. Well, here you have to enter the password manually, the old-fashioned way. It's got no camera, it's got nothing. There's no easy way to actually tell it what the Wi-Fi connection is. Like you might expect on a phone, for example, yeah, or maybe some other tablet devices you get out there. All right, um, that's one thing, but maybe not unusual in the e-ink world. I mean, if you buy a Kindle, it's probably the same thing. You have to enter the password manually, so just be prepared for that. If it's not something you're used to, usually just do, if you've only used to phones and that kind of thing, you need to be aware of that. All right, very minor. But the other point is, and I don't want to keep on going about my eyesight, but I mean, my eyesight is pretty good for my age. By the way, I'm 50. Okay, so I'm still not having to wear glasses, which is quite amazing. I can manage most of the time without any difficulty, but the fonts for the font size was so small for the password. As you're typing in the password, you're typing on the keyboard, okay? I didn't show you that bit because, of course, the password, all right, that'd be a problem. Publish that online for the Wi-Fi. But, the password font was so tiny, I could barely, if I didn't know what it was meant to say, I could barely read it, okay? And in terms of accessibility, how does that work, right? Because you're not allowed to, you can't proceed past this step to say use like increased font size. Imagine somebody who's like visually impaired properly, not just because of me, not wearing glasses or what have you, but somebody is actually visually impaired and they don't have the choice of putting on glasses or what have you. And they're trying to set up the device. Well, they couldn't get past that point really to get to the accessibility, because presumably somewhere in the menus, like I know it's the same software, I believe, on the original reMarkable, there is an accessibility menu where you can increase the font size, yeah? Which I would imagine would have solved that problem with the password for the font being so tiny, almost illegible, right? It's almost, I felt like I was in the opticians having a test, and it's like the very bottom line of that chart, with the smallest font, trying to read from about 8 feet across the room. It was that kind of thing. It was like an eye test. All right. And you can't increase the font size until you've been through this step. All right. So the other two problems, you have to enter it manually, and you have to have really good eyesight, have somebody to assist you with it otherwise. Or maybe have another way of getting around that really small font size. All right. Get the latest software update. Okay, good. Updating is good. Updating and restart. All right, so now it's going to do some updates. Will that take long? Let's have a look. If not, if it looks like it's going to take long, I might just skip to the next bit and spare you the wait. But let's see. I mean, oh, this has a skip option. Okay. Okay, I might skip for now, just for your benefit, so you're not waiting around too long. And now it says pair your device. All right, I'll have to bring this closer to see what it's asking. And get verification from devices. All right, and then I need a verification code and so on. Okay, so bear with me while I do that again. So we'll be back shortly.